Welcome back, everyone. I'm Steve.
I'm Scott.
And together we are Backyard Musings, Apple Valley, California.
Science and Technology Channel.
We're not the experts.
Experts not.
But we report from experts.
Yeah, we love the content. It's interesting, over my head.
It's always interesting.
Yeah, way over my head, but it's interesting stuff.
So I want to point your attention to some comments yesterday from one of our segments. Hilarious. It was the interstellar tunnel, right, that we talked about?
Yeah.
And one of the comments was comparing it to Acme and the Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner.
Now that I can relate to.
Hilarious. It was good. Check it out if you get a chance.
The black hole.
Okay, another good, exciting, interesting subject today.
Yeah.
The U.S. Air Force and Lockheed Martin are developing Rapid Dragon. Ooh, breathing fire, right? A program to arm cargo planes, specifically C-130s, with palletized missile swarms. Okay. You've ever been on a C-130? It's the props. There's like 4 props and a little tiny guy. And
it's a huge plane, right?
Yeah. And that's where the AC-130s are the armored ones that shoot the artillery down. So there'll probably be something like that.
But this is the one that carries
people
and armor,
equipment,
tanks and
not tanks.
No tanks.
That's too heavy.
Oh,
the C5 will carry tanks.
Oh, maybe it's a C5 I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Okay, it's big too.
Yeah, tanks are heavy, 70 tons. Rapid Dragon leverages digital engineering to quickly produce the Common Multi-Mission Truck, CMMT. You're going to hear that again. An affordable mass attack missile intended for large-scale engagements. This capability allows cargo aircraft to provide overwhelming offensive firepower, complementing more expensive precision-guided munitions with cost-effective saturation attacks. Would you like to know more?
The U.S. Air Force some years ago recognized it would be useful and tactically advantageous to arm cargo planes with missiles.
This sounds like a Wile E. Coyote thing, doesn't it? Can you see him sitting on top of the C-130?
This arrangement gives commanders a good deal of additional options that they can select from when determining how to support attacking forces. C-130s are a good fit for this tactic. C-130s have long been workhorse cargo planes able to land in austere environments to develop forces or deliver forces and supplies in hot, high-risk landing zones.
They're the workhorse, man. The C-130s. It's like the 810 Warthogs, the workhorses. In recent years.
Oh, wait. So how big is a C-130 then?
Well, it's like got 4 props, and it's a smallish aircraft, but it's enough to carry a company of airborne paratroopers to deploy them, jump, and then they're all their supplies too.
We don't have a slide on that, right? We don't have
no, we don't. But it's got 4 props.
I'm gonna look it up because I'm just trying to.
Kind of a little guy, but it's big enough. It just can't carry the tanks.
Smaller than a C5.
Much.
The same kind of design.
Well, C5's got jet engines.
Right, but same design though, right?
Similar.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just bigger. The C5 is bigger.
Got it.
Okay. It's funny when I deployed, we went on a C5. We were facing the rear, not the front of the aircraft. It was pretty weird, We're facing the rear. That was pretty funny. All right. In recent years, the service has been working to arm C-130s with palletized weapon configurations intended to fire groups of missiles on targets in support of air-ground missions. The vision has developed in large part as a joint Lockheed Martin U.S. Air Force effort to field a new system called Rapid Dragon. Breathe out that fire, right? Okay. Quote, the Rapid Dragon journey began with a simple proposition that the Air Force launch its affordable mass revolution by showing the viability of palletized deployment and do it fast, a Lockheed press release says.
In support of this mission, Lockheed Martin used digital engineering to create a series of compact, low-cost air vehicles intended to provide Rapid Dragon with mass attack capability that relies on groups of new weapon called a Common Multi-Mission Truck, CMMT, according to the company. So the Pentagon has made meaningful use of digital engineering. This technique enables developers to design, test, and assess weapon systems in a computer-simulated environment, actually building prototypes.
Yeah, so they see it, they game it first, and then is this worth show it to the brass. Is this worth pursuing? Oh yeah, we like it, or no, it's not going to work. And then they do a prototype.
Okay.
Computer sims have become extremely effective, accurately replicating the performance parameters of emerging weapon systems, something which enables designers to make adjustments early in a platform's developmental process on the fly. This expedites production and lowers cost because a military service does not need to build a number of different prototypes. Rather, it can assess different design options in a digital capacity.
Lockheed Martin and the Air Force have been conducting live fire tests to assess the feasibility of palletized deployment in a tactical environment. That's a quote. To refine requirements and ensure the weapons function as intended. The advantage of massing attack is enough to understand because air-to-ground and air-to-air weapons are very expensive. The use of CMMT, for example, is intended to address this challenge by enabling mass attacks using weapons that cost a great deal less.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen Ukraine has done that with drones, right?
Yeah.
A mass amount of drones really on the cheap.
Yeah. Yeah, we just talked about that, right?
Yeah.
$2,000 versus millions.
$2 million. A Patriot missile, $2 million. The CMMT missiles may be less exquisite in some respects than other air-fired weapons, but they are intended to be used en masse to blanket identified targets with munitions. Certainly, using large numbers of lower-cost missiles makes mass attack a much more realistic operational option, introducing a new offensive air warfare variables. Lockheed Martin is flying common multi-mission trucks in two configurations, an air-launched variant that deploys aboard U.S. Air Force airlifters, fighters, and bombers to put affordable mass on the target, and a smaller, long-range option that deploys from rotary wing platforms like the Chinook or Apache or something.
The CMMT will still make use of precision guidance while introducing the well-known tactical advantage associated with mass fires. Once a target is identified or an enemy formation is located and successfully targeted by drones, satellites, and other aircraft, there's a limited amount of time to suppress, attack, and disable the target. Many missiles in the Air Force inventory are built with new generations of sensing, guidance technology, and hardening systems to ensure effective precision targeting. But firing many of these weapons at one time could prove both extremely expensive and not at all necessary. So yeah, just you're hitting a small village or just a...
You don't want to hit the village, man. You don't want to do that.
But I'm just saying, I mean, if it was overcome by, the enemy.
Yeah. You want to blanket it.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's okay.
And they talked about speed, that they find the formation. It's not like you're going to be blanketing the caves in the Tora Hills, looking for Osama with B-52s that are 30,000 feet. This is rapid. You see the formation forming. Boom, let's call out the swarm. Boom. There it is. Next-gen guidance and targeting capabilities such as two-way data links or the ability to adjust targets in flight are much less necessary once a target is identified and verified. These are the cases in which CMMT can achieve an intended combat effect without having to use up large numbers of the most technologically advanced and expensive weapons in the world.
The concept of ordering mass air attacks with CMMT would address tactical realities associated with major, great power warfare. Such a contingency would introduce the need to blanket broad enemy-controlled areas with large-scale attacks. In this respect, the CMMT could prove effective in any major engagement with China in the Pacific, even given the sheer size of the People's Liberation Army.
Yeah, you could probably do that against ships too. I bet you they could. I mean, ships are steel, I don't know what kind of damage it would do, but as they're coming across that channel, you could hit them with swarms.
Yeah, again, could you not put armor-piercing
weaponized
stuff on this?
Yeah.
I'm trying to visualize this palletized weaponry. I mean, what is that? Is like
on a pallet, you put it in, they lock it into place, and then when they get over target, they open the cargo door that comes down, and then they click the thing, and boom, it goes out.
The pallet goes out.
The pallet goes out, and then I guess maybe it's got a string attached to it or something. When it gets so far away, the missiles go.
Okay.
Boom.
I'm thinking that it might be maybe radio controlled or some kind of
Possible.
electronic control, computer
Possible.
control.
Yeah.
So,
But if that
yeah.
string is attached, it's automatic. And they just go.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
And
Okay.
cost effective too.
Right.
All right. Thanks for joining us, folks. We appreciate it. We'll see you in the morning.
Take care, everyone. Thanks.